Sustained, To MechWarriors, and welcome back to another episode of Urban Warfare as we continue the campaigns of the Kasper-Kaisha. And last time, well, we finished up sort of a phase of the game where we were just playing through every single mission that we otherwise have done. And now, from this point moving forward, we are only going to concern ourselves with flashpoints. And once we get through every single flashpoint there possibly can show up on the map, we may go back to grinding and just showing off mechs and missions, or we may just start all over, although by then 842 days may have passed. But the plan for going forward is to pick up flashpoints, and with that in mind, let us begin one man's trash. High orbit, Glentworth. Ed Corbo, apparently a sentient bird. Holy shit, you actually came! Mayhem in the flesh! You know, the invitation I sent out was sort of a Hail Mary. To be frank, I was 90% certain you wouldn't even respond, but here you are! Gods be praised. Yeah, here we are. Would you care to explain why we're looking at Mr. Corbo? Oh yeah, my damn holo camera's on the fritz. I'm getting the parrot right. I think that's my comm system's default image, the one for use for the display models. Just ignore it. We've got serious business to discuss. I'll bet. What do you want to tell us about it? Okay, so here's the deal. I've got these associates. Nobody's ever heard. Nobody you've ever heard of. Nobody you need to worry about, but they shell out big money for old stuff, you know. Bits and bobs from the Starling days. Doesn't matter if anybody's working or not, it's ancient, they want it. Your associates aren't alone in that. A lot of people would give their left arm for a genuine piece of lost tech. Yeah, but we're talking about the stuff that has value. Mech, ships, lasers, that kind of thing. My friends, they want everything, including literal garbage. That makes opportunities for people like you and me. So here's the deal. Way off on the tip of Glentworth's northern continent, there's an island called Menlojowen. Now, I happen to know that there's a Star League-era facility out there, but the vultures have been picking it up for years, but there's still meat on those old bones. I want you to fetch it for me. So you called us out here for a lost tech treasure hunt. Fantastic. You better be upfront about that. I've argued against flying out here at all. Hang on, hear me out. The facility I'm sending you isn't SLDF. That's the beauty of this plan, because there's nothing of any military value. Nobody with any muscle is going to show up to stop you. You're going after the equivalent of a Star League-era stapler factory, but that doesn't matter to my associates. They'll play top dollar for whatever you pull out of there. So, what's stopping you from heading down there yourself and looting the place? A healthy sense of self-preservation. See, there are a couple of gangs of scavengers on Menlojowen who are fighting over the stapler factory. There's nobody, just a bunch of amateurs who'd rather lob bombs at each other than learn to share. And before you ask, no, they don't have any battle mechs. At most, you'll run into a couple of old run-down tanks on each side. Nothing you need to worry about. Any fool with a battle mech could pull off the kind of job you're describing, so why come to us? Because you're the best? No, you're the best because I've got a pal at the MRB. Maybe you've met him, Phil Burdock? No? Well, me and Phil have an arrangement. I let him crash at my luxury timeshare in Louth Abbey, and in return, he helps me find the right people for jobs that need doing. So, your process involves bribery at a timeshare condominium. Got it. Yes, you do! Now, what do you say? Just a drop on the island with a Lancelot Mechs, maybe a skirmish with a vehicle or two, and then the job's done. You scoop up whatever's left of that facility, drop it off my condo, I go fence it to my associates, and you get a nice, big payout. Easy as pie. Let's see. Sure, why not? We're in, or I'm going to be honest with you, Ed, you come off as a complete amateur and an untrustworthy one at that, so that's going to be a no for me. Well, of course we're going to take the job, so sure. Why not? We're in. Brilliant, friend. Absolutely. God damn's brilliant. I'll be in touch when you've got the goods. Until then, you do your thing, and don't let me stand in your way. I like this guy. I really do. I don't quite know where the voice came from, but I'm actually kind of enjoying it. I hope to all things above in heaven that we actually didn't peek out any of that in the mic because I was kind of bobbing in and out to kind of do with it. I don't know how that's actually going to turn out. This will be an interesting sort of thing to explore. Just what sort of effects are going to happen as I sort of move this mic around when I actually mess with it. We have turned it down a little bit to try and hopefully avoid peeking out like we did the last time. But yeah, let us begin one man's trash. Negotiate. I want this stuff. I don't care if it's a Starling or a staple factory. You're going to give me everything I can haul out of that place. First of all, let's get the best pilots we can. Peace, you're lovely and excellent in all things. But you know what, darling? I'm going to have to keep you off for a little while. How much longer are you out? It doesn't really matter. It's for a while. So I've got 2 pilots that need a fill-in. Of course, Redoubt is back and ready for action, and it looks like River's coming back. Oh, we got the old gang. Now, I do have a couple of fairly nice mechs that I would like to get back down on the ground, and those would be Hatchetmen. I don't know who's getting the Hatchetmen. It can't be rangeable. The reason it can't be rangeable is because there's range in the name. So we have, of course, a Hatchetman 3X. This is equipped with 4 small lasers, 2 SRM-6s, a whole bunch of jump jets, and, of course, the heat sinks to keep the whole thing under control in terms of temperature. Also, rangefinder, gyro, hatchet, the whole 9 yards. And then we have our other Hatchetman, which kind of a fire support Hatchetman. It has twin large laser and a whole bunch of jump jets plus a double heatsink and an arm mod to go with that hatchet. So yeah, a pretty interesting combination of weapon systems, if I do say so myself. And I have, so we have a maximum of 200 tons, which means I can grab 2 55-ton mechs. Let's go grab something that's going to be nimble, aggressive, and maneuverable. I like my good old-fashioned jump Taro because it has proven itself to be exceedingly useful. Then we need to fill out another set. This one has a whole bunch of jump jets as well, but that may be a bit of a cooker. I don't want to bring the Firestar. We're going to bring the most that we can. So it either is going to be our Shadowhawk with the SRM-12 plus the large, or SRM-16 plus the large laser, or the Wolverine, which is an SRM-18, doesn't have the large laser, but is jumpy. I think I want reach to have something with a bit of reach. So that will be River in the Hatchetman, Redoubt in the other Hatchetman, rangeable in the Gintaro, and reach, of course, in the Shadowhawk. Let us rock and roll. We're going to need names for these Hatchetmen, or otherwise this is going to get very confusing very quickly. By the way, this was a month to get out here, just saying. Like, we've been traveling for a while, and I still haven't fixed my entire mech backlog. I have 3 mechs that still need finished building. One of them is a quick draw, so I don't really care. The other one's a Thunderbolt that's finishing tomorrow, but that's not important. Anyway, one man's trash. I've given your pilot a map of Menlo Joen, complete with a rough location of the Starleague installation. I want you to get in there, brush aside any resistance and loot whatever your battle mechs can carry. You'll get your pay when my associates have the goods. This will be a 3 of 14 priority salvage, 30,700 C-bills. In the words of Darius, well, this should be exciting, as flashpoints often are. Let us rock and roll. I drop down hard and fast because we have light, well, relatively light mechs in the holds. According to Corbu's map, our Starleague stapler factory should be somewhere just ahead of you. He also said that you don't want to run over anything more dangerous than a combat vehicle or 2, but I'd take that with a grain of salt. Perhaps more than a grain. I don't especially trust Mr. Corbu or his mysterious associates. Me neither. It's refreshing to get some work done It's refreshing to work for someone who's obviously sketchy for a change. I mean, most of our clients are just as bad, but they're much better at hiding it. Incoming transmission. I see that you've got some new battle mechs on the field. Hello, my name is Benton, and if you've come to my vault, my hired cutthroats will be murdering you today. Menlo Joen is my island, Benton. If I can catch either of you near that vault, you'll only wish you were dead. I've got a bucket of Prosperian blood limpets and a vivid imagination, and I'm feeling eager to use them. Then I guess we better not let you catch us. Game faces on, everybody. We got a fight on our hands. I gotta come up with better voices for those 2. They sound way too similar. Alright, let us set off and have a little bit of fun. So, loot the stapler factory. I agree with Yang. I like that we're working with someone who is so obviously sketchy. It amuses me. Alright, so what do we got? Anything? Nothing. We're just gonna keep on pace. Everybody at full speed. And we'll, run into them with hopefully enough tonnage that they have no idea what's about to hit them. We have identified a contact as an unknown vehicle off in the distance. Oh, that could be very, very unpleasant. because we all know what that means. We're going to jump on forward, and this is my large laser fire support variant. So I'm going to bounce on up here and see what we're dealing with. I saw him for a second, but it's a Manicore. That ain't exactly light. Manicores are pretty rough and tumble customers. Let's open fire with large lasers, see if we can't drill. Unfortunately not. He missed a 90% chance to hit, which, 1 in 10 will miss, but still, that's a little bit painful to deal with. Shadowhawk, we're going to run on forward as well. We got to get some large lasers on. With any luck, that's not a carrier, and we might be able to take them out. Cross your fingers. Did a little bit of good damage across the whole board. We've picked up another 2 mechs. Oh no, you're a carrier for sure. That is going to be levels of pain that I truly don't want to deal with. We're going to bounce on forward, see if I can't confirm that. I'm so glad that I did. Please kill him. Please kill him lots, good and dead. Oh god, no, apparently we want to die. Read out, your hatchet man can jump forward and get the shot. I'm going to take it. Oh good, my SRM-6s will be in range. Hopefully this will be sufficient enough kill damage. Okay, good. So we took out the SRM carrier, and that's the most important thing. Yes, Manticore is a little bit dangerous, but that worked quite nicely. I'm very happy, actually, with the amount of firepower that the hatchments were able to put out. I mean, 2 large lasers and 2 SRM-6s across the 2 mechs? That's not terrible. Oh, and we've got a sensor lock going down on us, so that is a bit unfortunate. 2 35-ton vehicles, nothing too worrying off over here. Striker? Yeah, looks like a couple of strikers, nothing too dangerous. We do want to avoid any damage that we can avoid, obviously, because I don't want my hatchetmen to be taking a whole lot of hits, because I don't know how long this mission is going to be. He's firing at the Kintaro. The Kintaro is in cover, so that was possibly the best target he could have picked, at least as far as we were concerned. Because now the Kintaro will be not in great shape, but good enough shape. So can come over here and take care of him, but you know what? I want the Kintaro to rush on forward, see if we can't finish off this Manticore. Whole bunch of missiles, point blank range. Make it shine! Not quite. Gonna need a little bit more emphasis on firepower. Let's get the Shadowhawk on in there, get him in cover as well, that way we're not worrying. He is in geothermal, which is a bit unfortunate because this is not the pilot who has the abilities to basically ignore temperature, thanks to having a heat vent. No, he is more of a breaching shot. You need to come jumping at maximum speed. We'll bounce on over here, get some decent shots as we bounce through. Hello! So pair of strikers, nothing all that dangerous. 95s, I'll take the 95, open them up. And the reason why we'll target the nearer one is because River's Hatchetman has a pair of large lasers. Should be a little bit easier to get full accurate shots on. So that'll be the plan. Come on over here, see if you can't get both of them to drill. I don't know if this will be enough damage if they do. I think we hit the front both sides, and that was not enough damage. If we had hit the side, he'd probably be dead. So he's running away a little bit, going to get some distance as he targets the Hatchman. And I think we're just going to leave you alone and move on. I mean, I would ace pilot, but I don't have any ace pilots. Reach. You can get the shot? Okay, well in that case, the rest of our hatchetmen are going to sprint and come towards over here. We're going to get a little bit closer to the location, see if we locate anything. Doesn't appear like we have just yet, which is lovely. River will sprint as well. The hatchetmen need to get close, so that's the reason why they're working together and moving forward. Reach can then shift on over here. Oh, it's going to be an obstructed shot anyway. I moved him deliberately to try and avoid the obstructed shot, but it looks like that's not going to be possible. Take a shot with a large laser, 95%. And of course, he doesn't hit the actual super weak forward armor, but we were kind of expecting that, if I'm completely honest. Range Bull can then jump out. Ooh, we need to make sure that we're actually getting into a location where he'll be hit. And yes, this is amping up our heat quite considerably, but 1, it's a Tundra world, and 2, Range Bull has access to heat vents, so we're going to work with that. Alright, looks like we've cleared the board. Lovely, and by round 5, no less. Alrighty, let's get Reach sprinting on as fast as we can. Get Range Bull to follow as well. Actually, Range Bull is going to spend a turn walking. And the reason for that is I want to shed the evasion problems. This Hatchetman, kind of similar problem. And since we can't make it in there on this turn anyway, I'm going to walk. You have minor problems, but you know what? You're going to make it into the zone, so we're going to tag the Star League Stapler facility. All targets are limited. Sit tight and I can collect you from where you are. Commander, I've been studying the symbols on those crates that our Lance pulled out from the facility. Against all odds, it looks like Mr. Corbo was telling us the truth. We've just stolen several tons of commercial-grade Lost-Tech desk accessories. Well, that's one for the record books. We just pulled out the biggest stapler heist in human history. And to think Binton and Modaj have been at each other's throats over this vault for months. People have died for this. Although we break it to them, they were fighting over garbage. And it isn't our job to break anything to them. All we need to do is get this crap to Louth Abbey and get paid. Speaking of which, I'm setting course, Commander. We'll get Corbo on the horn, and as soon as we reach the cruising altitude, All right, so nice and easy. By the way, my plan for these flashpoints is to do them one at a time. So every episode is going to be a complete and entire flashpoint, like just the flashpoint, by the way. So if the flashpoint ends up being super short, the episode will be fairly short. If the flashpoint ends up going for 3 hours, well, buckle up, buddy, because it's going to be a 3-hour trip. But we're going to see what's going to happen. So I like that he's called a trustworthy client. So I'm a little disappointed that I took it all for stuff because there's no useful stuff here. I take that back. There's a couple of useful SRM6s that we're going to lock down. Everything else was mostly worthless. How many PPCs do I currently have? I have 15. Are you serious? I have 15 PPCs. Where did I pick all those up? The one medium laser was something we didn't grab. Though seriously, where do I get 15 PPCs from? That seems more than a little ridiculous to me. Oh boy. Alright, so Mercenary of the Air done not a bad mission so far. We ran into 4 vehicles, took care of them without so much as a second thought. That SRM carrier, no doubt, was supposed to be the big surprise of the mission, and we were able to jump up on top of him and nail him with enough firepower to make him stop. One man's trash 2, high orbit. Glenworth. Hey, there you are. Just the mercs I was hoping to see. We got your staplers, Ed. I hope you've got enough. I hope you've got a lot of empty space in that timeshare because you're gonna need it. Hey, that sounds great. Really, it does. But in the meantime, I've got a little problem on my hands. You know the guys who were fighting over the vault, Benton and Marge? Well, they sent some goons to my place in North Abbey, and long story short, they trapped you in your condo, haven't they? Yeah, they just sort of joined forces, and they're threatening to kill me if you don't give them the fabulous treasure that you pulled out of the vault. There was no treasure. We've got a ship hold full of commercial-grade office crap. I know, but they don't know that. See, they may have been led to believe that some incredible treasure was inside the vault, you know, by a former client. I need you to be straight with me, Ed. Were you that client? In a manner of speaking, I mean, yes, it was me. Why would you have told them that? Because every time I tried telling people what I was really after, they bailed on me. Up until I met you. I mean, you were different, but every mug I ever talked to before you took the job laughed me off and called me a chump. So I whipped up a story about the vault being full of treasure, and then all of a sudden, I started getting bites. So what happened? Well, first I hired Marge, seemed like a solid merc, but when he got to the site, he went rogue. I guess he wanted to take the treasure for himself, so then I called Benton, who agreed to neutralize Marge for a share of the treasure, but he also went rogue, and so then, well, you already know what happened next. So, what you're saying is that you hired us to rob from a vault from under your own contractor, who you hired to take it down your other contractor, both of whom are holding you ransom for a treasure that doesn't exist. Yang's voice got a little bit weird there. We're just gonna have to roll with it. It sounds so bad when you put it that way. Look, I'm the victim here. Now, the way I see it, there are a couple of ways to stick this out. I call them option A and option B. Option A is the direct approach. You come in guns blazing, protect my timeshare, and mow down the bad guys. It's a simple plan, but it's got a few downsides. The street of North Abbey won't support me much more than 30 or 40 tons when you try landing anything heavier, and it'll sink right through. And my timeshare, well, lovely, wasn't built to withstand a missile attack, so that could be a problem too. Now, option B is going the tricky route. I tell Benton and Marge that we surrender and you'll drop the treasure in a field somewhere. Then they show up in their big-ass assault mechs to fight over it. You swoop in and kick the teeth in. I thought you said they didn't have any mechs. At Menlo Joe, and they didn't. But probably because they didn't want to risk blowing up the treasure. Now, what's it gonna be? Option A or option B? We got a problem. So, we're coming to get you a North Abbey. We'll be there ASAP. I like the sound of option B. You're ignoring option C, Ed. I could just cape the staplers and wash my hands of the rest. Oh, God. It's 30 or 40 tons. I don't have the mechs for that. I honestly don't. I've got to go with option B. Like, I don't have a lance of ultralights. It's got to be option B. You're an absolute lifesaver, Commander. I'll tell the bad guys where to meet you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go. This condo's got a sweet little panic room, and it's got my name written all over it. I think it's good. Try to keep yourself alive until the smoke clears. Roger that, Space Doc. You won't hear a peep out of me until the shooting stops, and by that time, with a little luck, Marge and Benton will be out of my life forever. Better get to it, Commander. I'll be waiting for you. I really like this guy. I don't know why, but I like him. He's a lot of fun. I like the fact that we're betraying the Mercs to betray the Mercs to betray the Mercs. Alright, 2.5 skulls. If we're fighting assault mechs, I want all that juicy salvage. And there's no limits. Are you kidding me? Oh, I heard there were going to be assault mechs, sir. Now here comes the real question. Do I bring the Highlander? The Highlander is not exactly designed as a front-range murder machine, if I'm completely honest. It's a backliner. It really is. We've picked it up with a whole bunch of LRMs and medium lasers. It would be less powerful than the Black Knight. Range while you get your Black Knight back. I have my Cataphract, which, you know, quad medium lasers and an AC-20. Or the Orion, which is 2 large lasers and an AC-20. Or the Grasshopper, which is that beautiful combination of so many different ranges. It's beautiful. I think I want to lay down Gunnery 9, Tactics 7. Yeah, let's try the Highlander, and then I'm going to swap in the Cataphract for once. I don't think it's quite as well armored. Is it? Ooh, I just want to try and figure out average range is low, heat efficiency, firepower is a little less than the Orion. The movement apparently is the same. I like Cataphracts, and you know what? We're doing things that I enjoy today, like working for this guy, so we're bringing the Cataphract. River, you get ready to rock and roll. Oh, I've wanted to field a Cataphract for so long. Yes! Sorry, I actually haven't taken a mission since the last time I jumped immediately on the Flashpoint, so I haven't exactly ground with these mechs just yet, but I've wanted to field this Cataphract for so long. This Cataphract is actually identical to a Cataphract that I fielded in Mech HQ way back in my initial Mech HQ game. I had a Cataphract that was leading a lance of Vindicators, and it was sort of my training lance. And it was built with 4 medium lasers and an AC-20. Anyway, one man's trash too. I've told Benton and Marge that you're going to drop the treasure in a field about 100 clicks to the south of Louth Abbey. That should put you far enough away to avoid any collateral damage, so feel free to go after them with whatever battle mechs you like. Just please be aware there's nothing stopping them from doing the same to you. So this will be 2 skulls, 314 priority salvage, 84,400 C-bills. According to Darius, Benton and Marge were fighting against each other in Menlo and they may be allies at convenience for now, but I bet that'll change when they've got their treasure in their sights. Alright, so let's drop in with our little leopard. Oh, by the way, it's Flea. Eyes up, Marge! Corbu's pet mercenaries are here. Actually, no, he's Nigel. I should put a British accent of some description. And Hampton Marge. Took 'em long enough, but now they're gonna give us what's ours, aren't they? Their buddy Ed already told us as much, so they'll relinquish your treasure nice and easy, then fly off into the sunset together. It's already done, Marge. If you plan to run a sensor sweep, you'll find a handful of very large crates about 300 meters from where you're standing. Huh, what do you know? There they are. And I'll beat... Oh, no, wait. I gotta get these voices right. Nigel. And I'll be taking them. I'll advise you all to stand down, but I know that you won't listen, so I think I'll just shoot you instead. Not if I beats you to it, you insufferable prick! I've been waiting for an opportunity to put you down. So Hampton's gonna be the put you down voice, and Nigel's gonna be your stereotypical British. From now on, those are the voices we adhere to, and if we fail to them, only then can people complain. They're gonna complain anyway, but you know what? We're having fun with this, so I don't care. No, this is probably the most fun I've had in vanilla BattleTech in a very long time, just because it's just because it's your average Flashpoint. Marge's dropship is on the way, Commander. I'm marking the LZ on your screen. Alright, so we've identified 4 mechs, 1 assault, 1 medium, and 2 lights. Got a 20-tonner. You poor child. You're a locust. You've got 2 locusts. You can't be serious. And a 30-ton vehicle. Oh, that's unkind. That's unfair. That's inhumane. Hi. Oh, this galleon's so dead. This galleon is so dead. I'm gonna kill it. And then burn him down. Yeah. River's not a particularly great shot either. I believe she's got a gunnery of 7. Range ball. Bring up the Black Knight. Let's go see what their hidden assault is. It's a Banshee. That's not bad. Reach, you're gonna target the Banshee, see if you can't take his head. In the meantime, kill the Locust. Okay, or you could miss the Locust with important weapons and then just hit his shoulders. But you know what? We'll take care of that. Alright, Banshee coming forward in the geothermal because he figures he's got this all handled. Black Knight taking a single PPC. Not really that big of a problem just yet. Alright, Reach. Can you get a shot on him? No, you can't. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, it's only a Banshee. 35%. That's not great. Readout, can you get something a little bit better? I mean, you are the maximum range Highlander. I could probably missile shell one of them into the opposite ground. So we'll set up right here. Like, you will die. I think. Maybe? It's a lot of damage. Let's go find out just how much it is. I built this as a full fire support platform. Oh, that's gorgeous. I'm sorry, but that was beautiful. Rage. Should have targeted the other one because that was the one I could see. Sprint your Atlas on forward. You're going to take a stop. Make sure that you step into cover. That way we make sure that we have all the protection. Hampton Mudge. I've got bad news for you. You're standing between me and my treasure. And that's a bad place for you to be. Now, smashing your mechs won't be quite as satisfying as dunking your heads into a bucket of blood limpets, but given the circumstances, I'm willing to settle. Remind me to smack it over the for having hired this guy. So I'm going to assume that was a stalker. It looked like one, a little bit. Alright, oh, poor little Locust. I really do feel bad about this, buddy. But let's be honest, you were the one who stepped up, and you're probably not going to last much longer. So Maj's forces have showed up. We've got Benton's forces to take care of shortly. Range Bull, would you like to punch him? No, actually, we're not going to do that. And the reason why I'm not going to do that is because I need to start laying down the law on this Banshee. So let's go. Oh, but it's so good. No, let's go. Focus. Stay focused. We may put an AC-20 into that single little tiny Locust, but, or I could punch him for 90 damage. If we shot at him, oh, that's still really good damage. That's just really good damage. I don't, of course, want to block my own way, so I'm going to step right up here. Hi, my buddy. River, you have given me one of the most beautiful presents that I've ever laid eyes on, and I thank you for that. God, I love that cataphract. Banshee's moving forward, still in the thermal belt. I'm going to fire my cataphract, and cataphract tanking the damage like a boss, because that's what cataphracts are. I know, but I like them. They're cool. They're Frankenstein hodgepodge mechs. How can you not love them? Let's get some long-range fire dropping down on him. Hi, we're about to go full turbo. Yeah, that's one of the things. Fire! First of all, we're stripping all of his evasion, and then we're just going to scatterblast him with everything we possibly can get. We've already crit his AC-5, and he's unsteady. Reach, if you wouldn't mind finishing him off. We go for the headshot. I mean, it's only 18%, but make it happen. Okay, not quite as good as I was hoping for. Any ammunition? No, not quite. But he is about to be on his back, so we should be able to kill him very shortly. Benton, you may want to bail out on this one because... yeah. I could take a Banshee. It's only a Banshee, though. Like, Banshees are not great mechs, if we're completely honest. 25-tonner, run it in. Oh, Commando 2D AC2. Oh, no, this is the SRM medium laser. It's the Commando 2Cs? That an AC2? And then the 2Bs have the large laser, I think. Ooh, no, PPC, we got a Panther incoming. So that's going to be a little bit more difficult to take. I mean, we've got a Highlander, but still. River, would you like to walk... Actually, no, just fire from here. Tear off his other torso, or go for the head, tear off the other torso. Okay, that was his leg. Appreciate the effort, really do. But, yeah, legs are not what we're hunting for here. Rangeable. You will, of course, swing around over here so we can see exactly what it is. Well, we can see him already, but you're going to... Do I finish you off? No, he'll be able to move, and I don't want that. Yeah, don't let him. There we go. So we've dealt with that. It was a Banshee. I wasn't super psyched for it. I'm a little bit more psyched. I know it's a fairly heavy mech, but it's got a big engine, doesn't it? I think that's that version of the Banshee. I think it was an S version of the Banshee that they included recently. Well, in any event, if I've given up a fantastic Banshee, then we will deal with it. After all, we have a fairly nice loadout anyway. I did, however, set myself... I'm legitimately in range. Technically, yes. I mean, that is a thing. Alright, we'll run up here. We see even more targets. I think I can precision strike this guy. For a lot of accuracy. Hit that center torso and burn him down. Oh, that was brutal. And possibly a little bit unfair. And yeah, I do kind of feel sorry for doing that to him. But I'm feeling a little bit better about this Banshee. Because I'll be 100% honest. I wasn't quite on board with how we had built the Banshee. I kind of figured there was going to be a bit of a problem. But yeah, that was great. Range bow. I think you're going to come out of cover because he's a Panther. Although you have your heatsink, so you've got that under control. And, you know, we don't need it. So, burn him. Okay, drilling a little bit. Oh no, it was an arm that got exposed. And River will not have a shot anywhere, so River can, of course, sprint, get quite far forward, and just serve as an excellent little spotter. We'll probably use the Highlander to annihilate this guy just with missiles. Stalker coming forward. And Cataphract is going to get shot out with the lasers. He has 2 large lasers and then 2 LRM-10s. And then I think he's got like 2 SRM-6s on top of that. And then like 2 of something else. The Stalker has weapons for all ranges. That's kind of like its deal. So you're not actually able to get in range, but that's okay, because you can just sprint on forward as far as you can get. 3 pips of evasion. We see the Stalker, so... Okay, so it also still has the 4 medium lasers. Oh, we are starting to get a little bit toasty. So let's go take care of the toast. Coolant vent. Just get rid of all that. Do I waste a precision strike? I mean, do I need to? Let's ask that question first. Oh, the answer to that question is absolutely not. So... Kill him. Keep the lasers on. We want to make sure. We just want to be able to make sure. Okay, not quite as sure as I'd been hoping for. First of all, we only blew off the wrong end of the mech, so that's unfortunate. I wanted to be able to sort of focus all my efforts on that Stalker. He's got to stick out at medium range so he can use his PPC as accurately as he can. Hitting the Alice is somewhat unfortunate because now we're going to have to deal with the problems that brings. River, your Cataphract can go hunt down the little light. Hi. Oh, you hit it. I love it. I love it so much. Did that? I caught him out. Alright, so River's taking care of his light. We're down to just basically the Stalker, which I'd love to take. Stalkers are cool. I mean, they're not the heaviest mech ever, but Stalkers look really cool. And that's 90% of how I judge mechs. Shut off 1 large laser. Yeah, that'll do the trick. And do I go for precision strike? How much health do you got up here? You are in trees. You have through 38. The 45 might do it. Yeah, whatever. Just fire. Blink him a little bit all around. Managed to nail his center torso, his side torso, and his arm. Now the enemy may come a little bit closer to me, and he has. Opening fire on the Cataphract once again. Trying to get a little bit of tanking damage on through as we bounce most of that off our lovely, lovely armor. Ooh, oh, come on. Really? Well, we'll deal with it. Headshots are something that must be dealt with as they come across. Accuracy 60%. Step on out of that cover. Let's go full bore on this one. Hi, my buddy, my friend, my pal. Do me a favor, Reach. Tears it off. Thank you, Reach. Oh, that was great. I mean, River's taking an injury, but we're picking up an entire mech. That's done it, Commander, by all the gods. You have done it. Benton and Mata dead. We've still got our staplers, and we're gonna walk away with a nice, fat paycheck in our pockets. I'll believe that when I see it. You won't have to wait long. If you'd be so kind as to scoop up our treasure, I'll fence it to my associates, and then we can all fly off into the sunset. Our job here is done.
Mission successful.
Oh, a beautifully, beautifully successful mission. We're going to really have to try and remember Corbu's voice, because Corbu was fun. So, I'm going to enjoy that. His voice is also transformed throughout the episode. I am aware of that. Unfortunately, 12-day injury coming towards River. We need to get up enough cash in order to be able to build that. So, I have no Banshee parts, but you know what? I'm about to steal an entire Stalker, so I don't mind that much. It is a 95-tonner, but it's got a really big engine. Designed for close combat with better speed than most. Yeah, so this was the fat engine one that is kind of difficult to make. It's got 3 hard points anyway. A gigantic engine for great speed. If we run into a charger, although I don't think the charger is in the base. Yeah, the charger's not in the base game, but similar concept, I suppose. Whole bunch of heat sinks we don't really care about. Yeah, there's nothing compared to the Stalker. The Stalker was great. And we got the Banshee part regardless. And the large lasers. That's not terrible at all. Oh, that gives us 3 large lasers, which means we can build a mech with that. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited when we can build special mechs with that. Now, I am going to have to put something into storage for this brand new Stalker. The Stalker is going to replace one of my lighter mechs, probably a quick draw, because quick draws are meh. They're super light, I get that, but they're not all that good. They're too big for medium weight limit lances, and they're too small for heavy lances, kind of. The Stalker 3F mounts a ridiculous amount of weaponry even for an assault mech. It's also notable for its incredibly poor heat management, which is the cost it pays for such amazing damage output. Powerful, but to be used wisely. Alright, so let's go. Do I have 4G? Yeah, sure, we'll put that one into storage, please, so I can have a Stalker. One man's trash. 3. High orbit. Glentworth. Who's true to his word? Ed Corbo, that's who. I got in touch with my associates and arranged a sale for antique office supplies. I think you'll be happy with your cut of the profits. I'm thrilled that we're getting paid at all. To be perfectly frank, it didn't seem terribly likely how this was going to work out in our favor. And yet here you stand, a nice fat stack of C-bills in hand. Like I said, my associates had you covered. Who are these associates of yours, Ed? The sale's already gone through, so telling us couldn't hurt anything. They're just these people, you know, high-status types. I think they work in communications. As to why they want all this old junk, who knows? Maybe it's symbolic, like having a fancy business card or getting a sweet paint job on your mech. Can't think of any other reason why anybody would want a crate full of staplers. Well, good on you, Ed. You set your sights on this goal and made it happen, despite the fact that you have no idea what you were doing at any point in this process. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. So how are you going to spend your share of the profits? Quality of life upgrades. I'm taking my share and moving to Avalon. I've spent enough time out here in the boonies. I want me some of that capital world lifestyle. And with Margin Benton out of the picture, you're in a fine position to enjoy it. Damn right. You did me a big favor by taking him out of the game, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way, Commander, but I have no desire to spend any more time hanging with mech jockeys. From this point on, it's all peace and love for Ed Corbu. Giant robots need not apply. I think that's for the best, Mr. Corbu. Most people aren't cut out for this sort of life we lead, and if I'm honest, that probably isn't a bad thing. No, ma'am, it most definitely is not. And on that note, it's probably time for us to say goodbye. Thanks, Commander. You really saved my bacon back there. As a rule, I don't let my clients get killed. It's bad for business, but you're welcome all the same. Cheers, pal. If you ever on to Avalon, then maybe when you should... Well, you probably shouldn't look me up, but rise a toast for your old pal, Ed Corbu, and know that he's living off his best life, probably in another beautiful condominium, because he has standards that need to be met. We'd expect nothing less. Goodbye, Mr. Corbu. Maybe we'll catch up on you sometime later down the line. Who knows? Maybe you will. Until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Alrighty, time for the loot box. Wow, 2 fairly simple, quick missions, and we... Oh, an exchanger! Totally worth it! Okay, AC2 plus, nah, boring. AC10, terrible, because it's got a 25%. And a cockpit mod... Oh, Mr. Corbu, I love working for you. You pay me with all the good stuff. So, we got some really nice kit. We got a heat exchanger. We needed one of those. Because now we can really take a mech and just pimp it out for all kinds of long-range firepower. I don't think I have one in this version. Yeah, we've got a heat exchanger over in the stream, but we don't have one here, I don't think. Unless it's on... Yeah, it was on Stream Thunderbolt. So, that's interesting. Let's see, well, because we've got time, let's go build ourselves a Stalker. First things first, armor first, and then reduce everything around it. We may actually have to reduce a little bit. Yeah, we're going to have to reduce 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you know what? Just take off one more. So we're down to 150 armor. That'll be fine. Puts us at 38 tons with 6 energy, 4 missile, no support, and 3 jump jets. Well, we're not going to use jump jets. I mean, we're building a stalker, people. Stalkers do not fly. I think, where do I want to put this? It needs to be on one of our really heavy, well, this will be an assault mech that we're going to take with us for quite some time. You can take that, then sure, take a melee hit gyro? Maybe? I mean, there's no real negative to it. If you get close to me, we can hit them. The Stalker's got to be fire support. For obvious reasons. Stalkers are particularly slow, so they don't get on top of people all that often and all that soon. So we're going to need to do something about that. Now, what I could do is just go nuts with large lasers and take a TTS energy on top of that. But that would basically just be the Black Knight writ large. So what kind of fun LRMs do I have? I have a single LRM-20. Let's go check the store. See if we can buy anything. After all, we haven't visited them just yet. So, ballistics. Davian. 10% price increase. They don't really like us. 50% crit is a terrible cannon. Don't tell them we said that. Otherwise, they might try and sell it to us. 3 accuracy, 2 accuracy. That's not bad, actually. LRMs. We have a single LRM-20. I will buy it just because we're kind of in the market for it. And then an LRM-5++. Yeah, we're not buying any of those. Support weapons. Small lasers. We buy them when we can, I think. No. And they're not selling us any mechs at the moment. Not that we would want any. I mean, a Griffin, Quick Draw, and Wolverines are not exactly useful to us. So we're done with the store. So I have a pair of LRM-20s, which I kind of want to put on it. Like, turn it into, like, a cool multi-fire support mech. Like, turn it into just full damage. So LRM-40, which means each one of these is 3 LRM ammos. So 3, 6, 9, 12. We're down to 12 tons left. And then what I could do is just blitz medium lasers. If they got near us, we'd be like super catapult, which would be a lot of fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, that would be kind of interesting. The heat would be a bit of a problem, though. Although, kitting us out with 6 tons of heat sinks would not go anywhere to fix that, but it's the thought that counts. Ooh, maybe we could do something like... No, I don't like mixing ammunition types. I really hate it, especially in categories. But if we did a pair of SRM-6++s, we then need 2 tons of SRM ammo. Yeah, it's just too much weight. 8 tons for SRMs on top of that. When what we could really do is large lasers. Large lasers are so good. So good. I mean, we got 2 tons left. These guys build out... Yeah, they build up 36 heat. It's not exactly brawling. Medium lasers would build up 36 heat for 3 of them. So, what if we did something like this? Just super catapult. I kind of like the idea of super catapult, just because of the way that it sort of makes you think. And then we would throw in a whole bunch of heat sinks. So the medium lasers and the LRMs don't mix super great, if we're completely honest with each other. But the thing is that I like them. So with the pilot skills that we get for minus negative maximum range, the LRM-20s really operate a little bit more like MRMs, medium range missiles, which are not in vanilla, but we will eventually get them in BattleTech. So we basically have 2 fairly large box LRMs that we can then combine with medium lasers. The full alpha of this sucker is 97, and we sink half. So it is quite hard, if I'm completely honest. Even with the exchanger, we are struggling with that heat. Because it takes out 10% weapon heat, which is great. It is worth the tonnage, absolutely. Because that has got to be saving us like quite a bit of heat. It's making me think it might be worth it at all. So if we don't need it though, if they get in close and we need to chill, what we then do is we react with 72 heat worth of medium lasers. Minus 10%. So that's minus 7.5. So 7.2. I think, something like that. Yeah, 7.2 minus that is 65-ish heat. So yeah, we can keep up quite the barrage. And we shall have 2 medium lasers if needed. But yeah, I actually think this might work. It is a super catapult, which, you know, kind of fits in what stalkers do. So we've got a whole bunch of heat sinks, enough LRM ammunition to just keep blazing away for the end of time, and then enough medium lasers to just still be a terrifying threat in close. Now, honestly, ideally, double heat sinks will help fix this build even more, or a better exchanger, but I'm reasonably content to bring this one, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to lock that in. It's got a ton of heat on an Alpha Strike, but if we work in phased stages, we can get a lot of work done. Plus, we sort of take advantage of lots of long-range missiles. It's not a ballistic build, but it is, I think, a very useful build for us. By the way, where is my Highlander? Orion, Grasshopper, somewhere around here. There it is. Highlander, you go up there. Stalker, you go up after it. And then the Black Knight. And then, yes, we're just sorting these out because I like to. And then you... Actually, no, I'm going to put the Cataphract on the top row because I like it better. And then this, and then this, and then... Actually, no, I shouldn't have done that. And this is labeled here. So we can't take any light combats because we actually don't have any light mechs. But we are set up for a good sort of layout for mediums. And then we've got a lot of heavies and assaults. So I'm quite happy, actually, with how the company is growing and feeling pretty good about that. So, as I said earlier in the episode, we're doing 1 Flashpoint per day, which means if the Flashpoint takes a long time, extra long episode, but if the Flashpoint takes a little bit less, a little bit shorter of an episode. So we did an excellent job here today. Ed Corbu has paid out all right. In 2 days, there will be the end of the month, but those reports don't really matter anymore. I'll be keeping things up to make sure that things go on in the background so we can enjoy more stories like we did today. I had a ton of fun with it. I hope you did too, but today I have been Derek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every time I listen to one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.